I know that they're not saying, oh, okay, we'll just fucking help them out so they can have a fucking better day. They're saying, oh no, fuck it. Let's just our customers figure out how the fuck they're gonna get away, because that has nothing to do with us. You know what I mean? Because we have so much great customer service that you gotta call like 4 fucking different numbers just to even talk to somebody that don't know what the fuck they're even doing it for.
Mad Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box. Now while the angels fly over my headstone.
We are back with another episode of the God's Hour podcast with your boy Big Surbevel, back in the motherfucking place to be, La Merca Superior Palace 81 in the motherfucking building. Episode numero 73, yes. I don't know what I'm gonna call it, but I'm gonna call some bullshit on Amazon real quick, because fucking Amazon. So I log out of my Amazon account and I fucking forget that my old phone number is on the file. Didn't think that was a big deal, right? You know, they could contact me some other way, you know, like my fucking email. You know, the email where you gotta sign in, you know, where you got to actually type in your password and all that. I'm like, okay, that's cool. They could just email me if I need to do anything. I try to log back in and they send me a fucking text to my old number, which I don't have anymore. So that pissed me all the way the fuck off. So I hit up Amazon customer support and I'm like, bro, fucking, I don't have my old number. Can you just put my new number on the file? And I don't mean this to be racist, but the guy, oh, I'm sorry, sir, you don't know, we cannot do that with the phone numbers of the customers because and I'm like, bro, are you fucking serious right now? I'm like, okay, so what you're telling me is you can't change the number on the fucking file. I can't login access. I can't have access to my login. So what you're basically telling me is I'm fucked. Right? Pause. And, you know, the guy who's trying to help me out and she's like, yeah, sir, I'm very sorry. We cannot do but and I'm like, okay, bro. Thank you very much for your fucking time. Adios. I make a new account pretty much. And it is so crazy because I made a new account with the same fucking phone. Not the same phone number, the same fucking email and a new phone number. And nowhere does Amazon say, hey, we recognize your email address and your name. The only difference is you have a different fucking phone number. So I don't know what kind of bullshit Amazon is on right now. But literally, I have 2 accounts, one that I don't have access to. And it pissed me off because I have like an ongoing payment thing that I got the GoPro, and I have like 2 more payments. So I know they're gonna. Okay, so before I get into that, I'm like, it fucking pissed. Like I was a little scared because, not scared, but I'm like, okay, I have an active Amazon Prime membership on an account I do not have access to. That's a problem. I'm not gonna fucking pay. I'm not gonna pay for something I don't have access to. That's fucking, who the fuck is gonna do that, right? So I call up Chase and I'm like, you know, I'm sorry to bother you with the situation. You know, Amazon, they're being dickheads right now and I don't have access to an account. Is there any way you can block the transaction so I don't pay for something I don't have access to? And the lady was being straight up. She's like, you know, there's nothing we can do, but we could send you a new a card so the payment can't go through. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I literally have to decide, do I pay for an active membership I don't have, or do I get a new debit card? And so I'm like, you know what? at this point, I either get a debit card now or I get a fucking debit card later. And the sun just came out again. That was weird. So my camera has to adjust. That was fucking weird. But yeah, I ended up paying $5 extra so I could get a next day delivery. I didn't even get it the next day. I got it the day after. So fuck UPS. That's some fucking bullshit. I kind of feel like I need my $5 back, but you know what? I'd rather spend the $5 to get it in 2 days because I didn't pay for a 2-day, bro. I know what a 2-day is. I didn't pay for a 2-day. I paid for a next day, the next fucking day, the next 24 fucking hours. That's what next day means. I paid for. Didn't get it next day. I got it Tuesday. I didn't get it on a 2-day. I didn't pay for a 2-day. So whatever, right? Where fuck am I at? So in any case, I paid for the fucking my new car to come in. What is it on? Earlier than 5 to 7 days. Because when she told me 5 to 7 days, I'm like, mommy, I got bills. I can't do a 5 to fucking 7 day. I need my shit now. I kind of have things I gotta pay for. You dig what I mean? And then I can't just be. She's like, oh well, you could fucking go to the bank and take money out. I'm like, yeah, but you see, the thing is, we don't live in the fucking 50s where you just write a check and you lick it out to fucking a Bafangul corporation and then they got you. No, everything is automatic. Google Pay, Apple Pay, shit like that. So, in any case, I just want to take a special shout out to Jeff Bezos and Amazon. I want to say fuck you guys entirely. Fuck the company. Fuck the customer service. And fuck whoever's dumbass idea was it to just have the phone number be the only way to contact you, because that don't make no sense at all. It don't make no sense. To make it make sense to me that if a customer had their fucking, for whatever reason, their phone was hacked, they had some issues with the phone, that another way for you to contact them wouldn't be through the email. It just doesn't make sense. And I'm thinking about canceling my Amazon subscription, but Amazon is so convenient, and they undercut so many fucking companies that you literally can't. I fucking have to buy a windscreen for my mic, and there's so much shit that I could buy on Amazon, which is sad. This is sad reality. Fix the shit, Amazon. I mean, I would have nothing but praises and shit like that, but this is the instant gratification. Going back to the letra, why instant gratification is so fucking crazy, because somewhere along the lines, you're gonna fuck up. What happens in an instant? I was just talking about this with my coworker. What happens in an instant? Car crashes, death, diseases, lightning bolts. These are all fucking bad shit. Now, granted, what else happens instantly? Gratification, fucking, whatever. I'm not going to go down, but basically instant gratification is not necessarily a good thing. And in this instance, it fucking kind of just boggles my mind how Amazon is this fucking conglomerate billionaire giant, and they can't even contact you through the fucking email because they want to send you a fucking text. Like if you're a operator or something waiting for just shit to go by. I don't know. It really pissed me off, and I'm done talking about this bullshit Amazon, because Amazon, I really don't, you know what I mean? It just fucking pissed me off, bro. So I really hope some other company comes by and just takes over Amazon shit, but it's gonna be really hard because that motherfucker Bezos, these fucking dickheads, they really know how to fuck everybody over, just so they could give you a cheaper price at a faster time, you know what I mean? And it's crazy. The word of the 2020s was instant gratification, and Amazon is it's funny, the pun on Amazon Prime is a prime example of fucking companies that are like fucking over the world. Is wild. You know what I mean? When you pay attention to things like that, and when you're in tune with the world and you really see what's going on and shit like that. Granted, I'm not bitching just because I fucking got fucked over in a situation. It's just me. I'm bitching because I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one who relies on Amazon Prime. And I don't solely rely on Amazon Prime. I'm just saying, if this this has to happen on a day-to-day basis. And with this happening, I know that they're not saying, oh, okay, we'll just fucking help them out so they can have a fucking better day. They're saying, oh no, fuck it. Let's just our customers figure out how the fuck they're gonna get away, because that has nothing to do with us. You know what I mean? Because we have so much great customer service that you gotta call like 4 fucking different numbers just to even talk to somebody that don't know what the fuck they're even doing it for. So I'm just gonna leave this shit alone. I have a few things I want to talk about, but honestly, man, I got like some good shit I want to talk about. So I don't really want to spend it anymore on like bullshit. Oh, Joe Budden, he started giving, you know, like when Jackass, they would do like, warning, the following stunts are performed by trained professionals. No animals were hurt and assholes were sniffed or something like that. But basically, Joe Budden has one of these disclaimers that says like the Joe Budden podcast, any feelings is like fantasized or like no one really believes. And it's kind of like, where is free speech going now, bruh? I would never go and before the podcast, I would tell you, the views by Big Sur Bavelli aren't described by La Merca Superior because Palace, you know what I mean? It's just kind of like, bro, this isn't the Howard Stern show, and Howard Stern says some fucking wild shit from time to time. This isn't the Disney Channel podcast. This is the God's Hour, and we gonna say whatever the fuck needs to be said. We gonna regulate, and we gonna have ourselves a real, raw, genuine conversation, because that's what a podcast is. Literally, I grew up listening to podcasts that had no video. A podcast didn't have a video to it. The video component came with like, well, actually, no, let me take that back. There were video components to the podcast, but a lot of them were audio only, like Juan Epstein with Cypher Sounds and Peter Rosenberg. Shout out to them. I remember listening to the old like 2011, 12, 13 interviews with Currency, Wiz Khalifa. I think they had Kool G. Basically a lot of dope rappers and shit that I would listen to. So with the whole Joe Budden thing, putting a disclaimer on his podcast is just kind of like, is that what we're going to get now? Like politically correct shit that you see on the TV, like, oh, you don't want to say this, you don't want to say that. It's like, no, bro, the whole reason why people even enjoy podcasts is because people are sick of watching the fucking TV, or on the TV, all they talk about is like, shit on the script. And they're even doing scripted podcasts now, which is wild. It's like, why would you pay, or like, why would you even want to watch something that's scripted? If you wanted to watch something scripted, watch the fucking Addams Family. They got a good show. Me and my papa watching that. It's a pretty good TV show. We'll get into that later. If you want to watch something scripted, watch The Godfather. Watch Apocalypse Now. Watch something that isn't a podcast, because a podcast is supposed to be raw. Right here, what I'm doing, I have no idea what the fucking next word is gonna be from my mouth. I don't know where I'm gonna go next to this. I could have a spur of the moment, a lightning bulb go off in my head, and we might go somewhere else with this. That's what a podcast is, bro. You just freestyle this shit. As a creator and as a listener, that's what you want to listen for. You don't want to listen to some guy explaining what a podcast is, right? But all I'm saying is when we like kind of regulate the podcast, that's how you know this shit is over. And I'm kind of glad I'm doing the podcast now, because I know for sure people are going to come at me with deals and all this shit. I'm going to have to censor myself. That's not what I'm going to do at all. But you know what I mean? Getting into the big leagues, you kind of, when corporate people, they come in with their money and all that shit, it's kind of like you got to change the tune of the drum, or whatever the fuck you say it, right? So I got this new position at my job, and it's funny because people that were like fucking dickheads to me are like either not, or like they're like fucking happy, like like, oh hey, that's good for you, this and that. But then I was just like the manager's fucking pet or something like that a few months ago, you know what I mean? Like my manager, he was like, yo, Serbs, go do this. Can you do this for me? Go help them out. And I would do it. I'd be like, yeah, sure thing. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? And one of my coworkers was like, how come you're doing all this shit for the manager? And this other lady was like, oh, that's the manager's assistant. You know what I mean? And I didn't really feel no type of way because it's like you're saying that like out of some sort of like envy or jealousy, or because you feel like you're being your recognition isn't being placed at a higher whatever standard that you want it to, which is like totally not me as you. So I could give two fucks. But like the same ladies were like, oh, you're this now. Oh my God, how fucking congratulations. It's like, yeah, bro, like what the fuck? I don't ever forget shit that people do or tell me. You know what I mean? That's why I don't give two flying fucks about anything, because I see people for who they are. You know, if you're like this fucking positive person 24/7, I gotta assume that you're not that, you know what I mean, behind closed doors or something like that. You know what I mean? Especially somebody like me, because I have like kind of like a bubbly personality at times, or like if you really get to know me, it's kind of like you'll see like the light side of the moon and shit. But on the dark side of the moon, it's like a different story. You know what I mean? Which I don't really talk about much on the podcast, but you do, like, you guys know some of the shit I talk about and some of the things that I go through. So this is like mano y mano type shit. I'm talking to you right now, sir or ma'am, or whoever you may be. But I'm talking about my new position because like people are giving me like more respect now. I like it. I'm climbing up the ladder. I want to be in a financial position to where I don't have to worry about shit. You dig what I mean? And while like one of my coworkers went to a different station, and in this job position, I got to go from my station to that station he went to, and it's this dude. We're just gonna call him S. And S, I used to work with him. S goes to a different station, and as I went to the other station to do like my job duties or whatever, I see S. And I'm like, yo, S, what's good? I'm like, yo, it's your boy. What's up, S? What's going on? He looks at me. He just walks away. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this fool S doing, yo? And I was with like another coworker. I'm like, this fucking prick, yo. Like, that's what I'm saying about people. That's why I don't give a fuck about people, because it's like, wow, you know what I mean? You think you know somebody, and then it's like you catch them in a different environment or whatever, and they're just on some bullshit. You dig what I mean? I was like fucking flabbergasted. I'm like, wow, S really showed his true colors right there. Yesterday, I go, he's working right next to where we pulled up at. And I'm like, yo, S, what's going on? What's good, bro? And he's like, hey, how's it going? What are you now? You over here now? I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm over here now. He's like, oh, well, good for you and this and that. Same thing with the bitches that was just shitting on me, bruh. So it's like, okay, you know what I mean? People are funny. Like, people think like you don't remember shit or you know what I mean? What fucking goes around comes around. You know what I mean? What's that? What goes around must come down. I forgot what song that was, but I totally fucked that song up. But I mean, I wanted to come on here and really say, fuck that puto. But you know what I mean? I've been saying, you know what I mean, a lot. I just kind of got to get to what the fuck I'm trying to say. I was gonna shit on him, but it's all good, bro. I really feel like people are just weird, people don't really know how to handle their emotions sometimes, or like, I don't know what it is, but I feel like having like emotional maturity really helps in situations where like, I don't know, maybe you feel inferior or you feel like, I don't know, but bro, he literally, he moved to a different station so he could get better, more money, more hours. I respect it. You know what I mean? I'm trying to say hi. He don't want to say hi. The next time I see him, he's like, oh, are you, fucking new job and shit? I'm like, yeah, bro, like fucking this is what I'm going to be doing now. We're going to see each other like every day now. And once he kind of got like once I hit him, he was like, oh, like I'd seen it like, oh, okay, like I should probably not be a dick. You know what I mean? So, but shout out to S, man. If he ever sees this, he's gonna know who the fuck he is, and that's fine, bro. I'm not trying to shit on nobody. I'm not here to fucking bash nobody's character. I'm just questioning the morality and moral compass of some people that need to be checked, and that's all it is. should we get in the heavier shit, or I feel like we should get the heavier shit out the way later. Okay, so I've been on TikTok now. I don't know if I've spoken on this, but I've kind of been moving with TikTok, been dropping videos. Fucking TikTok is work, man. Trying to figure out the algorithms, times, and all this shit, because YouTube ain't helping with shit. Instagram definitely ain't gonna help nobody. So TikTok is really like, I feel like the tool I really need to like work with to get my shit going on. So I posted a video, maybe, and I now I understand, like TikTok, it's a kid's it's a kid's platform. You know, I'll say for little children, like maybe teenagers and below. But this is the thing I don't get, right? So I posted a video of me. Somebody commented on my post like, you don't get no respect. I felt a certain way about that. I made myself a video basically clowning him in his fucking dumb face. And granted, I don't have a perfect face and all that. He could make fun of me too. Like, this isn't like whatever, right? So, and I post a video. It gets taken down over harassment and bullying. So you could comment on somebody's page something that's like disrespectful in my opinion, but I can't go and make a video in response to that. That's fucking bullshit. TikTok really is like, the community guidelines are trash. I'm not saying TikTok is trash, but the community guidelines are trash. And I understand it's like a kid's platform. What I don't understand is they'll allow like children wearing like doing and like doing really weird things that children aren't supposed to do, or like they'll allow women to do sexual things on TikTok, but when it comes to me like singing with my gun or fucking making fun of somebody, that's off limits. But when like you could fucking fake look like you're getting fucking, you know what I mean, smashed or giving fake head or something like that, it's just dumb to me, bro. Like that shit doesn't make sense. So I feel like if TikTok's community guidelines were more for everybody, you know what I mean, like if they were more fair, you dig what I mean, it wouldn't be a problem. My issue is if you're gonna take down my videos, I want to see other videos that should get taken down. And yeah, it's my opinion, but I'm not the only one with this sentiment. I know there's a lot of streamers out there that do. It's like, why does my shit get taken down when there's literally a chick that got fucked on TikTok? It got taken down, but her page is still up, and other pages got taken down for other like minor shit. So I don't know. I just think the whole TikTok shit is kind of goofy. I'm still gonna post on it, but I just think it's kind of like hypocritical. All companies are hypocritical, right? But I mean, that shit is wild, bro. How you could just have fucking chicks doing real sexual shit and they don't get no fucking flack for it. It's wild. I seen this video. On a lighter note, I seen this video of Steve Aoki throwing a fucking cake into a crowd, and he hits this disabled kid in the fucking face. It was funny, but it wasn't funny that the kid got hit. It was just like, bro, out of all the fucking people to get hit, it would be some kid in a wheelchair. And I'm glad this shit got caught on tape, because it's like, why are fucking people throwing cakes in the crowds? It's fucking wild, bro. And it's so crazy, because it's like, you know, you would think a cake would break apart as it's flying through the air, but it's literally like boom, and it hits this kid in the head, and it's like, wow, bro. If I was a kid, I would have been like, man, fuck this fool Steve Aoki. That's like assault, isn't it? That's something like that. It has to be like suable charges where, I don't know. I haven't listened to Steve Aoki. I just saw this fucking video on Twitter, and I thought it was really interesting, so I just wanted to talk about it. Frito-Lay sent me an email, and I don't know why they sent me these emails still. But every time they do a hiring event, it's probably like 2 or 3 times, if that, a year, where they send me an email about a hiring event. And I've heard from Frito-Lay workers that if you don't pass probation, they don't hire you again. So why are you inviting me to a hiring event if I'm not going to get hired? You know what I mean? That doesn't make sense at all. And I just want to say fuck out of here to Frito-Lay because, you know, y'all are slave masters and shit. You know what I mean? I was gonna go. I was assuming that I was gonna be part-time. I think the hours were gonna be like 10 to 4 or something. I ended up doing like 8, 9, 10 hours every day, bro. Like pretty much overtime almost every day. And it really pissed me off. It fucked my whole mood up because I felt like they were taking advantage of me. The management sucked balls. My coworkers were fucking dicks. So it was really an unhealthy environment to work in overall. And Frito-Lay, y'all already know I talk shit, all kinds of shit about Frito-Lay, but fuck them, bro. I think I unsubscribed to their shit because, you know, once you're with the company, they subscribe you to all their bullshit, so you get to see all their fucking numbskull shit, promotions and deals and discounts and all that. But I'm really gonna block these motherfuckers or even send them a business letter saying, hey, yo, this is Big Sir Bavell, used to work for you guys. Y'all can suck 2 dicks and fucking go fuck yourselves because your boy's not a slave and I don't want nobody else to be a slave. I'm right now, even going up the ladder, I'm getting like $1 less than what I was getting paid at Frito-Lay. But if it's costing me my mental health, physical health, spiritual health, whatever, all those boxes that you need to live on a day-to-day, I'm not fucking with it, bro. I'm really not. I could give 2 fucks about the money. I really value my time and how I'm being treated in the workplace, because these companies, they'll tell you, oh yeah, we want fair quality and we keep a healthy workspace and all this bullshit. But really, when you work for the shit and you really see it for what it is, it's a complete 360, 180, 900 of what the fucking shit really is. So, fuck Frito-Lay in a nutshell. Again and again and again. All day, bruh. So, I know an artist, right? And I'm not gonna lie. There was middlemen in between me and this certain artist, and I know for a fact this artist feels a certain way because when you move a certain way, okay, so let me get this out of the way. We all live by the subconscious mind, whether you know it or not. Everything you do, everything you say is connected to something deeper, right? So with this particular artist, I feel like he's been biting my style, my creativity for a while now. I barely noticed it, but I could really give 5 Frenchmen's fucks about this shit because I really could give less of a fuck. I'm not here to be fucking like, you know, who's biting my style. You know what I mean? I've been done with that. We got Lime Snapple, we got Al Pacino, and all these other actor rappers that are out here living lies and shit like that. And they want people, they want to seem like they're somebody they're not in reality because somewhere deep inside they feel like they didn't get attention from their mamas or whatever the fuck like that, right? Subconscious mind. Well, I feel like with this particular artist, I'm not going to air him out because I know him, not personally like that, but I know him personally on a personal level. So I don't want him to watch this shit and I don't want him to feel no type of way. You know what I mean? It's just kind of, you know, Big Serb's done fathered a lot of styles, bruh. I really, you know, I got the salsa is what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? I got the sauce. You know what I mean? And to all biters out there, I just feel like y'all are like, I don't want to say y'all fraudulent, but y'all not giving no respect or nods to the people that inspire you. It's okay to be inspired. I'm the biggest person I'm the biggest flower giver in this culture. Madlib, Mahakami, Griselda, Conway, Benny, Wes. You know what I mean? I'm gonna actually tell you who I'm influenced by. They don't have to acknowledge it, respect it, or all. They're doing their own thing. If you acknowledge me, or if I acknowledge you and you don't acknowledge me, and you got shit to do, movies to make and all that, that's cool, bro. I have no problems with that. But if you're a local artist, if you're an underground artist, and we're trying to come up together and you trying to like make moves and make money off of my shit, I don't think it's gonna be a good look, bro. I really don't think it is, because I'm gonna air some of these motherfuckers out. I already have. The record's been proven. And trust, this artist, he knows who the fuck I'm talking to right now. He knows I'm talking to you, B. You don't want to get aired out, bro. And it's just depending on how I feel on a certain day, you might get aired all the way the fuck out. You know what I mean? But I know he doesn't want that. You know what I mean? He may or might not listen to this, but bro, like, you know, I could say a lot of shit that's really going to bring a lot of things to light. Not everyone needs to know. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do in this certain situation, but I think just biters have zero creativity. They don't come from the, you know, their whole image is based on like make-believe bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you want people to think you're the biggest fucking gangster, the biggest cool guy, the biggest drug dealer on the block. You're not, bro. You just because you sold like 2/8 in your whole life, just because you do cocaine, just because you're in certain circles where people allow you to be around, that doesn't make you anything more than what you are as a fucking speck in this world. And you know, I'm not gonna really go too further into that, but for all you biters, it's a 187 on site, bruh. Not in real life, but I mean on a record, it's a 187 on a record for sure. You're gonna get fucking smoked musically. I could give a fuck who you know, who you work with, how many Grammys you won, and it's not about Grammy, because the Grammy and nominee award winning whatever the fuck, I ain't got no problems with them. But I'm just saying, I'm just speaking figuratively. I could give a fuck who knows you, who, you know what I mean, like what kind of shit that amounts to, because I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. How many records you sold, it don't mean dick to me. You dig? So it's a 187 on biters. Finding real love is almost impossible. So, you know, your dog Big Serbs, he got his heart broken a couple years ago by this girl who fucking kind of didn't want nothing to do with me, and she didn't say that. She kind of led me on to some bullshit. She ended up blocking me from everything. I ended up seeing her around like 3 times after that. And I know she's fucking avoiding me like the plague, which is fine. But and she's living her own life, and that's fine. Everything is fine. It's cool. It's just that don't lead me on. Don't string me along and then cut me off for whatever reason. That's not cool. Even me bringing it up right now is getting me emotional. But it's kind of like, have more fucking respect. Have more respect for yourself than that, you know what I mean? Because whatever you do to somebody, the shit gets done to you. Like, I'm finding that out now. And as a kid, I wasn't really conscious of what the fuck I was doing, especially around girls. Like, I love women, but I didn't mean no women to be, you know, I didn't want any woman in my life to feel like I was like taking advantage of them or just trying to play with them and shit like that. But now as a man, I'm seeing, oh, okay, like, oh, that's what that was. Like, this bitch was really just crazy. Or like, you know, this girl, she was more fragile. I should have been more catering to her. But it's like, if life just happens, bro. I'm not gonna try to be like the fucking surgeon of anyone's life to be like, oh, it's okay, I'm in like, you know, like coddle you. So I just, you know, I thank God I could, because God, what I feel like God always, whatever happens or doesn't happen for you or to you is by God's graces. You know what I mean? I feel like if I found love early in shit like that, and I was content with a woman, it really would have put like a strain on my creativity and my music, because I would have found a comfortability. Comfortability is the enemy of music. It really is, bro. Like the Edgar Allan Poes and Shakespeare's and Van Goghs, they had fucked up lives, and the only reason why they're so great is because they had shitty lives, which is fucked up if you think about it. But I just feel like finding love, real love, is fucking impossible. 9 out of 10 impossibility for sure, because women, especially young women around my age or just even a little bit older, they haven't got it out the system. They still want to they still want to party all the time. They still want to drink all the fucking time. They still want to do all kinds of bullshit that I'm past. I got past it by the time I was 22, bro. Like literally the whole party shit, I was done early. You know what I mean? And the only reason why I would do the only reason why I would party and do bullshit like that is because I was going through some deep shit. I lost time at Raul, Ian, Josh, so I needed an escape, and my escapism was, to try to feel better about myself by partaking in intoxicants. But that's not me anymore. I'm sober now. I've been sober now for a year and a month, and I'm not one of these people counting the days, the times, and the seconds. I'm just saying that that's what it is. And my life has gotten so much better. I'm like, my clarity is like on 100% now, that I don't fucking do none of that shit. Not that, while I was using and shit, my life was a train wreck. It's just that I was like a zombie. I was just doing things, not knowing what the fuck I was doing. And Chef Dread from Griselda, I don't know if he's like the driver or whatever, not to like diminish his role in Griselda. I've met him one time. I just don't know what he does specifically. I know he's like the homie or something like that. Or I think actually, I think Chef Dread is like the cousin of Conway and Westside and Benny. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but Chef Dread, his son passed away, and that was the nephew of Conway, West, and Benny, I assume, right? Right? They're all family. This is a family thing. But it's just really sad, man. I feel like, Griselda's from a place where they get like no breaks at all, like from anything. You know what I mean? The whole king of the underground, Rock Marciano, they gave it to Rock Marciano. I feel like they totally blindsided Griselda, discredited them from all their bullshit. Like they really wanted to give credit to Rock Marciano for shit that Griselda did on their own. You know what I mean? And now, a bunch of things transpired, and like Chef Dread's son passed away, and I was like, wow, bro, like that really like hit me, because Chef Dread's son, like I'm older than Chef Dread's son by a few years, and I'm like, wow, that could have been my fucking, not that could have been, but I mean like, he would have been like a little cousin to me or something like that. Like 19, I got cousins like that age and shit like that. And it's like, wow, I can't believe this shit happened. And it kind of fucked me up, because, I met Dread, I met all of them. I met pretty much the like what Griselda is now, like Camino, Benny, Con, West. And I just want to say my condolences to the Griselda family, the loved ones, the family, the friends. Peace and blessings to everybody that has been affected. And my condolences. I don't really have that much to say. There's just not that much to say besides my condolences. And I hope everything gets better for y'all. And nothing but peace and positivity, bro, because I know what that's like to lose somebody at a young age. But when it's like your nephew, when it's your son, I could never imagine that shit. And all I can say is I support them, and whatever they need, spiritually or anything like that. I always got those guys, because Griselda raised me. Like Float Lucid told me this, like I'm a Griselda baby. Like I was raised off of that Fly God, Griselda Ghost, Reject 2, Reject on steroids, everything. Everybody is food, like everything. Fly God, all the shit. My 17 bricks, not many, my first brick, 17 bullets. Like people aren't really on to the early shit. The Griselda fans aren't really on the early shit like me. And whenever tragic things like this happen, it really affects me, because it's something that I was raised on, and it's not something I take lightly. So I want to say rest in peace to Chef Dread's son, and my prayers and condolences, peace and positivity to the whole Griselda fam. And with that, this is the God's Hour.
Mad Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil lay inside your box now while the angels fly over my headstone.